Hey everyone, so I wanted to share with you some of the benefits of working with the spreadsheet here. So I've been watching CAT in its breakdown and I traded it short. All right? Here's what's going on with CAT. Understand that if the UAW goes on strike and they settle up giving the UAW members $40 or a 40% pay raise, okay, the cost of labor inputs for everybody goes through the roof. Now, the press has been telling you, oh, it makes no difference what the automakers make. Just because the automakers who don't have degrees and designations in anything make $77 an hour, that doesn't input to what everybody else makes. It just doesn't. It's insulated only to the auto workers. That's just not true. UPS drivers now make $170,000 a year. So every other truck driver on the planet wants a pay raise. They want to make the same money as a UPS driver does. Look, if I can go to work for UPS, who's hiring drivers, and they'll pay me $170,000 an hour, why wouldn't I want to work over there? And so companies who desperately need people to show up to work have to pay a higher wage. That's called wage inflation. Okay? Now, what the other thing that's going on, especially in the transportation sector, is crack spreads. The spread from a refiner's perspective between taking a barrel of oil and cracking it into diesel fuel. The crack spread, the money they make between cracking a barrel of oil into diesel fuel, is massive now, as there's a massive shortage of diesel fuel on the East Coast. Okay? It's just massive shortage. Now, the other thing that's happening on the East Coast is we're getting into colder weather, so people will start turning their heat on, and they heat with heating oil on the East Coast. Heating oil is a derivative of diesel fuel. Okay, so heating oil is going to be very expensive this year for anybody that uses heating oil to heat on the East Coast. We're going to see a massive increase in their cost of heating. Massive increase. It's coming. It's not here yet. Okay? So the U.S. consumer will be crushed going into 2024. The cost of everything is soaring. But because there's wage price inflation, then everybody says, oh, that's really, really good because Americans will continue to keep spending. Well, yeah, that's good for UAW members. The 100,000 UAW members, yeah, they might be able to continue to keep spending. They might actually be able to buy one of the cars they build. They're super expensive, for gosh sakes. So anyway, all of this wage inflation rattles down through every contract negotiation. So Caterpillar, notice how it started breaking down. 1.0026 to 99.92, and then all of a sudden 98.60 today. Now, when we do the math, it's very simple in the spreadsheet. The way that the spreadsheet operates is very, very, very simple. Look at that number. Let's see here. Where are we at? Let me figure out where we're at here. 8334 divided by 8312, right? 0.8334. Sorry, my cat is now meowing as well too. For my ADHD brain, that's good. Drive me nuts, but bear with me. 0.8312 equals 2.6%. Right? 2.6% of 180.93 or 281 by 2.6%. Means that we're looking for a drop of $7. Okay, equals, 281 minus 7 is 274. Okay, so the maximum drop in the downdraft on Caterpillar that we were projecting when it broke down was to 274. Okay, now, if I look at the math and I do it better and not pay any attention to my cat who's meowing like crazy out there, 0.8334, do the math again, 0.8334 divided by 0.8312 equals 2.646. 2.646. Let me write that down. 2.646. So my ADHD brain can understand it. And then I take that number that it closed at, the 281, what was it? 281.93. 281.93 by 2.646% minus 274.47. Okay? Now, Caterpillar, if we go in there and we look at Caterpillar, without going in and giving you too much information here, today's trade, I shorted Caterpillar. Sorry, my cat is driving me nuts. I shorted Caterpillar, okay? I don't know what the history was here. Let me go in and look at the history here. Order status, chains. I no longer have a history. Again, Charles Schwab has changed around everything. You don't get histories anymore. It's one of the saddest things. Okay, so I bought Caterpillar. Buy to open, 810 on the 11th. So go back to the spreadsheet. Notice how on the 11th, it was fully breaking down. So I shorted Caterpillar, okay? It turned red. I shorted Caterpillar, okay? Now, and then I said, I'm just going to hold it. I believe it's going down to 275. The spreadsheet is telling me 274.47. So today, what happened? It dropped down. If we look at it here, if we quote it out here, down here at the bottom, it's 274.89. It's been as low as 247.50. Do I need to stick around at all? No. The spreadsheet has told me emotionally this is what's going to happen. Get the heck out. So I sold my option here. I sold my two options that I had bought using the spreadsheet for $12 today. Okay? Cut out, 12 bucks. I made buy to open 810 to 12 bucks. So 8.2 minus 12.0, I made $3.90 by 200. I made $780 on a $1,600 trade. Isn't that more than enough for anybody? Pigs get slaughtered. Emotionally, the spreadsheets told me everything to expect, and it was a very easy trade. Now, when the spreadsheet turns from red to green, does it also work? Sure it does, okay? Take 0.8362, divide that out by 0.8326. We're looking for a 4.3% gain from 274 by 4.3%. We're looking for 286. 286. When this turned green, we're looking for 286. Did we hit 286? Oh, hell yes. We hit 287, 289. Now, stocks to the upside overperform. Stocks to the downside underperform. So you have to be cautious of that. You can't take the full gain on the downside because they can turn around in an instant, especially Dow stocks. The world flows of money can change for Caterpillar later on today. So you'll have to take your gain. So just as we were waiting for it to break green, knowing that 286 is our buy point, we could have also traded the option long and made our percentages. Whatever the percentage is, when the stock hit 286.60 on this day, whatever the percentage of gain that we had was, that was our trigger point to get out. We got our gain, completely unemotional, get the heck out of the way. So the spreadsheet can be used to trade both long and trade both short, and it can be used to be able to limit your emotion. You just get out of the way. It doesn't matter because the math is the math. You got your targets. Now, could CAT continue down? Absolutely, yes. I'll know that when I look at the spreadsheet later on today. All right? If I punched in, I mean, it's going blub, blub, gurgle, gurgle, all gone, to be honest with you. If I punched in where it's trading at right now, 274.87, I've got so much stuff on my desk. Sorry about all this stuff, folks, but it's crazy busy. And punch that in, you can see in my data sets that the numbers are even worse. If my camera would focus on a spreadsheet, which is very difficult to do too, but you can see that the data sets are even worse. All right? But we're also down to 0.8301. We're down to a low. I look for Caterpillar to bounce at some point in time because I look for the news cycle next week might be that the UAW doesn't strike, that they settle up for a 20% gain in income, and that's going to be enough. And then that might end up driving Caterpillar a little bit up from here. But mentally, emotionally, the spreadsheet did everything that it was supposed to do. And I got a $775 gain on $1,600. So 775 divided by 1,600, I got a 48% gain in 3 days. Pretty nice. That's why I pay attention to the spreadsheet. That's why the spreadsheet has tremendous value. And there's other things that I could be trading today. I got to go out and do some other work. I got a lot of real estate stuff going on. I've got estate cleanout stuff going on. I got to go to work. Had a board meeting today for the real estate board. As you know, I sit on the real estate board. We got some stuff accomplished, but not all of it accomplished. We've got to have another special meeting again next week or next month. Sorry. And try to get some more stuff rectified at the real estate board. We are working on it. They did get their announcement today, which was very interesting. They did get their announcement. The membership got the announcement that we are in the process of bumping up our fines. And the membership was like, some of them were like, yes! And other people were like, oh my God. So it's just kind of funny. But they got their notice today, so their reaction was kind of interesting at the real estate board. Lots of different things going on there as well too, but I got to get back to work. I'm not going to be home for dinner tonight because I've got work I've got to get accomplished, and it's almost 3 o'clock and I haven't even gotten out the door. I got to have lunch first here in my ADHD brain as well too. But thank you for the 48% gain in Caterpillar to the spreadsheet. I like that. That's not a problem. I like 48% gains. And Caterpillar could go lower. I might end up going back into it at some point in time. If it breaks under, then it can go lower. But I'll have the mathematical data and I'll shoot a video about that at some points in time if it does break lower from here. But I believe it levels off here a little bit. And we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.